Today, I have a game-changing tip to help you read more books for free. Hey everyone, and welcome to Serrated Pages. I'm Ben, and I'm going to do something a little different today to my previous videos. I really wanted to share a tip that I got recently, which has really helped me in terms of accessing the various services I use online to access books, especially free books, which I can borrow. And it has completely changed the way I decide where I'm going to get a book from to read. It has saved me a ton of money, which hopefully will do the same for you. And it's basically allowed me to read a lot more and spend a lot less. So if that sounds good to you, and I'm pretty sure it would to most people, we'll dive in a minute. I'm going to move to my desktop and showcase how to do this. Super easy. Anyone can do it. It'll be very easy for you all. This is very US centric. I am from the UK originally, but I'm based in California. And so I realize this might not be exactly the way this works for you in your territory. So I would love to hear. I've not lived in the UK for 15 years, so I'm not entirely sure how the UK library service works in terms of this. Please post something in the comments down below. Hopefully we can share that with anyone else who's looking to do something similar here, but in a slightly different way, because I'm not sure how it's going to work for you. But this is my experience. If you're in the US, this should work pretty similarly for all of you. And let's go over to the desktop. Okay, so here I am on my Goodreads homepage. And as I said, this is a really great tip that's going to make sure that you make the most of the free lending services that you can sign up to online using your library card, and make sure that you're utilizing getting the most value out of those services for borrowing physical books, audiobooks, and ebooks. And so the first thing I'm going to assume is that you've got a library card. The next thing I'm going to assume is that you've signed up using the various services with that library card to access borrowing of books. And that will mean that you've signed up to Libby, which is the service that connects to your local library, as you can see here, Sonoma County Library. And that will enable me to borrow books, ebooks, magazines I can read, audiobooks. My library has a pretty plentiful stock of audiobooks I can borrow, which is awesome. I utilize that already. It's fantastic. The other service you should make sure you're signed up to is Hoopla. This again signs up using your library card. So Sonoma County Library you can see on here. And unlike Libby, it doesn't connect to the inventory of your local library. This is a national service that you can just sign up to using your library card. And most of the stuff on here doesn't go in and out of stock as people borrow it. It's just available to you. So make sure you're signed up to both of those. The next thing you're going to do is make sure you have a browser that accepts extensions, and that's most likely Chrome, although it might be Firefox as well. And I think Edge does as well, the Microsoft browser. And you're going to go to library extension, which is here. Library extension is super easy to install. You can install it on Chrome, Firefox, and as I said, Edge. This is the extension that's going to really help us make the most and get the most out of our borrowing of books. Okay, so you've clicked on that, you've installed the extension, fantastic. Then you're going to go into the extensions menu. This is on Chrome, so again, I don't know exactly where this is on Firefox, but hopefully you know where your extensions are on Firefox and on Edge. Go in here, you'll see your library extension at the top here. Go in here and click Options. That'll take you through to the options page where you manage the settings for the extension. And first of all, you're going to add your library. So as I said, I'm a member of Sonoma County Library, and I can connect the main catalog, the Overdrive digital catalog, which is ebooks, and the Palace Project digital catalog, which is another subsection of digital books. But again, every library that you can connect to using Libby is up here. The next thing you want to do is connect Hoopla up. So you can add Hoopla on here too. And you can log in and add your account to this as well. You can add some other services in here as well. I've added the Internet Archive Open Library, which is really cool. Here it is. Again, this works a bit like Hoopla. It's part of the Internet Archive. You can borrow books. I don't think there's, oh, actually there is a waiting list for books here, unlike most of the books on Hoopla, but definitely worth signing up to. So you can add that in there as well. And you can also add stores on here as well. You can't add Amazon, I don't think, simply because I think Amazon doesn't allow easy access to its catalog the way Kobo does, for example. And so I can add Kobo Plus on here because I want to see if it's part of the Kobo Plus subscription, and I use a Kobo. And there are some other services as well down the bottom here, none of which I've added, but there are a few other options here as well. So once you've added that and you've set up your settings the way you want them, you'll then go to, let's use Goodreads as an example, and let's search for a book. So once let's look up, so on the previous site we're on, okay, Lost World by Michael Crichton, pretty popular book. We're going to land on the page here, and right immediately down on the bottom right here, you'll see the availability. Firstly, Sonoma County Library, we can see there's 2 copies of the audiobook and one of the copies is available. I can click on that. It's going to take me right to the page, and I'm going to borrow the audiobook. There's another option for the audiobook there. I don't know why they're separate, but there you go. There's also physical copies of the book. This is the physical copy, and I can go in here and put a hold on it. The ebook is available, although someone has it. I can place a hold, and normally it says estimated wait 28 days. I've often found when I place a hold on a book, it comes in a lot quicker than that. Then further down, we'll see Hoopla. Again, available on Hoopla. If the audiobook was already borrowed in all of the options at my local library, I could definitely go to Hoopla where it's always available, and it will log me through. And there it is. I can just borrow it immediately. And then it's also available on Open Library as well. So that's another option for me as well. I could go in here. It's checked out currently on Open Library, but it's an option for me. The other option is of where this works is not just on Goodreads when I'm researching and planning what I want to read next. It's also on stores. So let's say I am on the Kobo store here, and I'm looking at I'm just browsing. You know, I'm looking for things that I might be interested. Here's the homepage. King Sorrow. Okay, it's $1.99. It's a fantastic book. You should definitely read it. But let's say I go into the King Sorrow page. My library extension is down the bottom here. I can just click on that. It will pop up. And again, I can see, 5 copies of the audiobook at my local library. Fortunately, all of them are being used right now. 4 copies of the physical book are available. No copies of the ebook available right now, but again, I can place a hold on these, and again, it'll take me through to my local library. I can place a hold, and pretty soon, I'm pretty sure I won't have to wait 63 days. I'll have it in stock and ready to read. So yeah, this is an amazing addition to your tool set, right? It's quite often hard to manage all of these different things when you're different services when you're thinking about book. Often you just want to read the book. This puts it right center in your decision-making process so that when you click on a book, here's one on my feed right now, I can immediately see, oh right, okay, here's the audiobook, here's the ebook, it's available, it isn't available, I can get it now, I can get it very soon, or maybe I'm going to go buy it, right? But it definitely has saved me a ton of money doing it this way. And it's a huge, huge advantage in when you read a lot of books, right? So I hope this is helpful. As I said, if you are in other countries and using, particularly in the UK, which is where I'm from originally, and using it there, let me know any of the differences in using the library extension, any of the additional services you might be able to access from there. I'd be interested to hear. Okay, hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for listening.